Hi guys, it's Caitlin here and welcome back to another build. So today we are doing a pretty big build, at least I think it's big compared to what I usually do. A lot of the time I do smaller houses just for the pure ease of it, I guess, and because I also hit builder's block a lot, and everybody who's hit builder's block knows how annoying it can be and how frustrating it can be when you can't think of anything to build and such. So I don't usually tend to do bigger builds for that, specific reason, but I didn't actually hit builder's block this time during this build, which is really good. I'm surprised I didn't. I think it's because when I was doing this, I had sort of just come out of like a little stage where I had builder's block, and I had to do a lot of Google searching and stuff just to find some inspiration again, I suppose, of things that I could build, and I came across some Dutch colonial houses, which I thought looked pretty cool, and I've seen other people build them in The Sims before. I haven't really done it myself before, and I kind of sat there and thought to myself, like, why haven't I actually built anything like this before? And I don't really know why. I guess it's just because I don't know, I feel like I'm better doing interiors as opposed to creating an actual house itself. Like, sometimes I struggle with certain shapes, other times I don't. What I've actually started doing now, just because I find it makes it easier for me and it puts less stress on me, and sort of shortens the length of my videos. Usually this house that I'm building would have taken me a really long time to figure out how to do, but because I decided to use kind of like a new method to making big builds, it was fairly okay. It was okay. So pretty much what I've started doing, I'll give you guys a little tip on what I've been doing, just in case you're like me and you always run into like little builder's block moments and things like that, or you just struggle in general to build and it takes you forever and such. My tip is, if you're going to record it, of course, like for YouTube and stuff, just sort of plan out what you're going to do first. Usually, like, you don't have to do it on pen and paper if you don't want to, but before you like actually hit record, just kind of like play around with a few things on the lot and see what works, what doesn't, and then if you're kind of heading on the right path, then just stop there. You can like completely demolish the build and just start again. Just don't get too far in. I would say don't get too far in. So what I've started doing is, before I hit record, that's what I've been doing. I've just been playing around with different shapes on the lot and having a look what works. I don't go ahead and add all the details, but I kind of like, I just sort of figure out what's going to go where and things like that. And I think that was one of my downfalls. Usually that's one of my downfalls, is I'm not that organized. I don't really plan out builds. Like, I know a lot of people do actually plan out builds. I don't really do that, just because I find planning on a pen and paper does not work for me. I can't visualize it properly. I have to actually see it to figure out what's going to happen. So just by going into the lot beforehand, like before pressing record, it actually really helps me. So that's my tip. If anybody is wanting a tip, I should actually do a tip video, but I feel like my tip videos would not be that good. I do have a couple of tutorials actually, but they're not exactly like tip videos. Or, maybe they are, I suppose, for people who struggle with those things that I did tutorial. I did a tutorial on like conical roofs and garages on a foundation, because everybody knows when you try to create a garage, you can't do it on floor level if you've got a foundation, which really sucks. I wish we kind of had like split leveling in the game. Not like, I know you can do it, but I mean like an actual split level thing where we can have actual split levels without having to use kind of tricks and things to mimic certain things in the game. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I'm not too sure. It's been a while since I've done a voiceover. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually while you're watching this, I will already be overseas, but as I'm speaking right now in real time, it's actually like what is the date today? It is, so you guys can know when I recorded this, it is the 21st. It is I should have known that. It's my dad's birthday. I should have known that. But it's 21st of November today. I am leaving on Sunday on the 26th of November. I'll still be in Australia though until the 27th because of I have to wait for my next flight and such like that. but I have to get all these recorded before I go over to Cook Islands, as you guys hopefully already know about, that I'm going away for a short while, for about 2 months before coming back. So I've got some pre-recorded videos. Let me just tell you guys, pre-recording is not easy. It's not easy. I think if you are like a full-time YouTuber as your job and such, then I think it's relatively, like, it wouldn't be as difficult, but considering I have like a full-time job, and then I've got, you know, other things outside of work, like, for example, I've been trying to pack and everything before going, and not just packing, but because my mum lives in such a remote little island, they don't have much on the island, so I've been doing a lot of shopping for them, for things that they need that they can't get over there, and I usually only get like 2 days off a week. And one of them is usually on a Saturday, so I don't really get to do much on Saturdays, because that's the day when my entire family is home. That's when we have to do things around the house or go to certain events and, you know, things like that, or people come over and stuff like that. So I don't really tend to get much done in terms of building and recording and such like that. So I usually use my 1 day off for that. But since I have been having to go into town to, you know, prepare for me going away and things like that, it's been really hard to squeeze all these videos like in between the short amount of time, while still being able to be active on Twitter, still being able to watch some of your guys' videos. I have such a huge watch list, and I am kind of pleased that I have been able to sort of shorten the list a little bit, because I did manage to watch a few videos. I think it was Sunday morning before I got out of bed. I decided that I was going to spend an hour just watching and catching up on people's videos again. I didn't catch up on everybody's, but I plan to do that once I'm in Brisbane, because I am flying to the Cook Islands, but I have to have an overnight stay in the airport, which is fine by me. Like, if you've never slept in an airport before, you probably think like weird, but I've slept in the airport quite a couple of times, so it's no big deal to me. I have my favourite setup spot where I like to go each time. So seeing as I'm going to be there for like 12 hours before my next flight, I might as well get videos, you know, watch some videos. They've got free internet at the airport. They've got, you know, power plugs so you can charge your phones, or charging stations, although last time I was there, the charging station was like a exercise bike, and you have to exercise to generate the power to charge your phone, and it's kind of tiring. I suppose that's the point. It's supposed to be promoting exercise, but hopefully they don't actually have that anymore, and that was only like just a temp thing. Like, I kind of hope they just have a charging station that's just a charging station, doesn't have, you know, you don't have to generate the power yourself, because I don't really want to do that, not when I'm traveling. But yeah, so that's my plans, to catch up on the videos while I'm waiting at the airport for my flights out. Now, I did talk about in my last video of the possibility of uploading videos to YouTube, and I think I mentioned it again in one of my previous videos as well, that probably won't be happening. I probably won't be getting any builds uploaded, or any videos in general uploaded while I'm over there, because I was talking to a friend over there, and he said that it's $20 for 1.5 gigs of data. That is expensive. I am on a $40 plan over here in Australia, and I get 8 gigs a month, so 1.5 gigs for $20 is really expensive, and I think it would be, like, I think it would use a lot more than 1.5 just to upload one video. I don't know, I'm pretty sure it would be more than that. So that is the purpose of me pre-recording these videos, and I wish I could actually get more done, but I have struggled alone trying to get this amount done. I think it's mainly, like I said before, it's mainly just because I have like other commitments and stuff, work and such, and then I've been getting ready and stuff. I've still got a couple more videos to go. I haven't voiced over any of them either. This is the first one I'm voicing over. I've got like 2 more videos to go, but if I play my cards right and I manage to get all of the videos complete and edited, voiced over, and I've still got like a day or 2 left, I might try and get another video or 2 completed, just so there's like 1 extra, because I've planned 1 for each week that I'm away, which isn't it doesn't seem like much, but I mean, I didn't really want to stress myself out too much about it because, I mean, my videos don't even get monetized or anything like that. I just do it purely because I have fun doing it, I suppose. And I like, you know, like living in a town where you don't know many people. It's kind of cool to have friends like online who enjoy the same kind of things that you do. And everybody's really nice in the Sims community. You know, apart from, you know, you do come across the oddball occasionally, but generally everybody is pretty nice and pretty cool. One thing I am sad about though is going away and missing everybody's videos. I mean, I will try and watch some of them, but again, like I said, $20 for 1.5 gigs of data. How much is a video going to use? I'm probably going to have to watch them like on super low quality, like 420 or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. I did expect it to be slightly better just because my mum had, well, I kind of think my mum talked up the internet a little bit more, said it was really good. So I was like, okay, yeah, it's probably good. And then when I talked to my friend, he's like, no, it's not good. I'm like, yeah, I thought so. It wasn't good last time. I didn't expect it to change that much because being so remote, Cook Islands is so far behind, like so far behind. For those of you guys who don't know, I actually lived there when I was 6 years old. I lived there for a year, left when I was 7, and of course being a kid, you don't really need internet and stuff like that, or anything. You can find your own entertainment, so it was okay living there for a year. I don't even remember much, except for that I thought I knew how to do karate, and a few things that I saw which I shouldn't have seen as a kid, because, you know, but I'm not going to talk about that. Maybe one day down in the future in another video I'll talk about that stuff if I can remember, but not today. So the last time I went back was 2014, and everything was the same, and I have a pretty good long-term memory. I'm shocking when it comes to short-term memory. I just have no recollection of what happened, you know, in the past week. Like I do, but I have barely any, like a squat. So yeah, but the funny thing is I have a really, really good long-term memory, like really good. I remember things from when I was 6. Like I just said, I thought I knew how to do karate. I remember things like when I was living in the Cook Islands, I used to build little forts over our little TV. We had this tiny little TV, like the little TV that we have in The Sims, like the really tiny one. It was just a box TV, and it had like a VCR built into it. So I used to make a little fort. And guys, before I tell you this, I was a strange kid. Bear that in mind. I was a strange kid, but I would build a fort over the TV. I would pop in Care Bears because that's what we had over there on VCR. Pop in Care Bears, which might I add, I actually watched a couple of months ago. One of the episodes, like the only one that I remember from Care Bears when I was a little kid, and it was so funny because I was like, I can't believe I actually remember this quite well as well. So yeah, no, anyway, like I was saying, I would watch the Care Bears, and I would also take a chopping board with a knife and luncheon. Like, I don't know if you guys have luncheon or if you guys call it processed ham or sliced ham in your country. I don't know, but it was basically just like processed ham, and I would chop it up just with a butter knife, chop it up, and I would eat it off the board like I was an animal, like I was a cat or a dog. And, you know, it probably looked like that as well, because I'm sure the ham looked like cat food or dog food. But that's what I used to do when I was a kid, and I don't know, I was just a weird kid. I mean, hey, I thought I knew how to do karate. I remember these boys when I was in Cook Islands when I was a kid were like teasing my friends, and my friends were like just annoyed at him, and I was like, don't worry, it's okay, I know how to do karate. And I came in, and I don't know if I pretended or did some weird wacky thing with my arms, thought I was Jackie Chan or something. I don't know. Can't remember that much detail, but I do remember a fair bit. I also remember being smacked by the teacher. I was smacked because my little cousin, I had a cousin over there, he's probably the same age as me actually, or maybe a couple of years younger, He was throwing sand in my face. Was he throwing sand in my face? Yeah, no, he was throwing sand in my face. And I got annoyed at him, so I hit him. The teacher saw me hit him. She came over and just whacked me, and I was just like, okay. Bear in mind, guys, before somebody like comments about child abuse and stuff, not all countries have those rules, so just bear in mind that this country does not care. Or, I don't know, would you call it a country? Because it's a bunch of islands. I've always wondered to myself whether you would consider it a country. But anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much what happened when I was a kid. I don't even know how I like drifted off into that story, but I did anyway. And let's go back to the build, because we have pretty much missed most of it. But well, not really. We've still got like another 20 minutes. This is longer than most of my videos, but it's because it's a big build, and I think 2 minutes of it is really just screenshots, because there's so many screenshots. I really like this house. Like I was saying earlier, I plan it out and things like that. Usually I'm not good at floor plans, but I have been doing quite a lot of like studying. I'll call it studying of other people's builds. I'll watch people's speed builds and I'll just kind of study the way that they make floor plans, especially like people like Little Simsy or Lil Simsy. I always say little. I think I've mentioned this before. I always say little because I think I sound like stupid when I say L-I-L. I don't know. I just think I don't know how to say it properly. But you know, I watch, you know, when she does her floor plans, and I've been watching, I mean, I always have been, but I've been paying particular close attention to the floor plans in Sugar Plum Sims videos, or Sophie if you prefer. I've been doing a lot of studying in her, you know, the way she does layouts and things like that, because I always think the way I do layouts is I've mentioned this before, I always have this straight line of thinking where I don't seem to think outside of the box. I just kind of think, oh no, it's got to be done this way. And when it comes to floor plans, I always think that every single room needs to come off of a hallway somehow. But that's not necessarily the case, and that's where I tried, you know, really hard actually to try and incorporate that into this build. I've actually started doing floor plans off screen now because I'm not that great at them. That's what I think. I'm not that great at them, but with practice I think I'm getting better. So I've been doing them off screen just to kind of save some watch time, so that you guys aren't watching me like take forever to figure it out, because seriously, like off screen it takes me forever to do floor plans. You guys would get bored, so I just don't want to include them anymore. I'm trying to kind of like put up the wallpapers and stuff as well, just to kind of help speed up the process and stuff like that. I mean, I was watching one of Devin Bumpkin's videos a while back, and he was talking about how he doesn't include floor plans and include, you know, the wallpapering and such like that in the videos, because he just sort of thinks it's boring, like himself. If he doesn't really want to watch that kind of thing, so he doesn't include it in his video. And although myself, I like to watch that things, I just kind of think that other people wouldn't really want to watch it because it takes me forever to do, and it just helps when it comes to the editing process, I suppose. But yeah, so here we are doing the lounge, and I really like the lounge, although I don't think it suits the rest of the house. I feel like this lounge room is very kind of like bright and airy, and kind of ever so slightly coastal, or maybe not coastal, maybe it's more of like a classical, I don't know, these seats aren't classical, what am I saying, it's not classical. Yeah, I'm just gonna say coastal. I get kind of like a coastal vibe out of this lounge room, but I really like it. I think it's something like, if I had this house in real life, I would not mind that color scheme. And then I've got off to the left here like a little sunroom. I've been wanting to build a house with a sunroom for so long, and I finally got my chance to do it. I've actually got another build as well for you guys that also has a sunroom, and I'm gonna say, like when I was looking at the build, I was thinking, is it too similar to this house because I've got a sunroom? But I think it'll be okay, because from the front it doesn't look the same, and I don't think it looks the same from the back either. It's actually a house in Brindleton Bay, because I built this one that we're watching now. I built this before cats and dogs came out, and then I built 2 after. I actually, one of my builds coming up, it was actually meant to be part of a collab with Bree Sims. I don't know if you guys know Bree Sims. She has she's had a lot going on with her, you know, in life in general and stuff like that, so she hasn't been posting as often as usual, but hopefully, you know, hopefully she'll at some point she'll find the time to really start getting you know, like a good time to upload, because I think she's really nice, guys. She's actually one of the first people who contacted me when I started doing YouTube, and it was before I had Twitter. It was when I had what's the word, Instagram. I was promoting my channel on Instagram, and she flicked me a message, and we just kind of, you know, became friends and stuff like that. We're friends on Facebook now, so that's our main source of like keeping in contact and stuff like that. But I was really looking forward to doing this collab with her, because I don't know if she's had the chance to because she did mention that she doesn't know some of the people that I know on Twitter, so it would be really cool for you guys to be able to check out her channel, even though she's still trying to build up her channel. You know, she's really awesome and nice and things like that, so I will link her in the description box below. Hopefully I remember to do this. I was watching back one of my other videos, which I do often. I don't know if other people do that, like watch your own videos back on YouTube, but sometimes I watch it back just to see how it comes across on YouTube. Like I'll watch it play back before I export it, of course, but then I'll do the same on YouTube once it's uploaded, just to make sure it's all, you know, all good and all fine. And sometimes I come across a few little boo-boos that I've made, and I'm like, oops. Like sometimes I have a big blank screen playing at the end because I forget to cut the video, and you know, those are just sort of some of the things that I miss when I export it. So I often watch back my videos, and I was watching one video back where I said I was going to list somebody in the description box, and I completely forgot. It's funny because I said I would list a couple of people, right? And I remembered the first couple of people, but then I mentioned somebody else later in the video, and I just forgot, and I felt so terrible. And I actually don't remember what that video was now. I think it could be the 10-minute build challenge, possibly. I might actually have to go and fix that up, because I still never got the chance to fix that up. So I might need to do that, just in case somebody watches that again. I don't know. I don't usually tend to do it like after it's been a while since I've uploaded the video, just because I don't think people tend to watch videos like my videos after a couple of weeks. I notice they sort of just sit idle on a view count. So I don't really see any point changing descriptions, unless by some, you know, some random thing where something happens and my channel is all suddenly like boosted up, and like a whole bunch of people come across it and stuff. I don't know if that'll ever happen. That'll be awesome if that happened one day, but I don't know if it'll ever happen. But if it did, I think that's the only time it would really matter, like going and adding those extra details and such like that. But yeah, so we are working on one of the bedrooms now. Most of the house I wanted to make it look like super lived in and stuff like that, but when it came to this bedroom, I think this may have been sort of one of the last rooms that I was doing, possibly. I can't actually remember, to be honest, but I think I just wanted to keep it simple and girly, because I was trying to, like, originally I was going to go for like a child's bedroom, but then it sort of took a different course, and it was more like a young teenager, or perhaps like a middle-aged teenager. What would you call a middle-aged teenager? Because I'd say young adult is like 18 upwards, but like a middle-aged teen, mid-teen, something like that. You know, I think this would be for them. And I was kind of like, to be completely honest, I was imagining somebody in this room kind of like Blair Waldorf, can't say Waldorf properly, Blair Waldorf, from Gossip Girl. If you guys haven't seen Gossip Girl, I don't know where you've been, and I don't know why you haven't watched it, because it is an amazing show, so you should go and watch it. I literally binged all of the series within maybe like 2 weeks. There's 7 seasons, so I'd say 2 weeks is not bad. Maybe 3 weeks possibly. I'd say that's not bad considering I was working and doing YouTube at the same time and finding time to binge and then finding time to watch normal TV as well. Sorry guys, if you can hear my phone going off, my mum keeps yeah, sorry, I got distracted because I was reading my mum's message, but my mum keeps sending me some messages, just about yeah, sorry, just reading the message again, and my mum wants me to buy her more stuff, which I'm probably not going to do because she wants some paints. Paints are expensive, very expensive, and paints are in the next town, and I don't have another day off apart from Saturday, but Saturday I will be packing and buying the last things that I need from the supermarket, so I don't think I'm going to get a chance to do that. Sorry, Mum. Yeah, okay, I should just, sorry, I whacked the mic. I should just stop looking at the phone, flip it over, so I don't get distracted again. So we are up to the 2nd floor now, and it was bugging me so much. And as I was doing it, there was one person I was thinking of in particular, and it was Sophie from Sugar Plum Sims. If you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys should know who she is by now. Like, if you're not on Twitter or anything like that. I mean, I mentioned her a lot, so I think people would know who she is by now, but I'm not too sure. Anyway, so Sophie, I was watching one of her builds. It was I think it was her Halloween build, which is an awesome build, by the way, sorry, go and check it out. I will link it or put like an information thing here. But yeah, so she was talking about how it was really annoying that the roof was cutting through the walls, and when I was building this, I was just thinking about her mentioning that in her video, and I couldn't agree more. It is so annoying, and it's annoying when you go to take screenshots because you're worried you're going to see them, and you have to try and take the photo on an angle so you can't see it, and it's not as easy as it looks to do that. It's because, I don't know, it's just not. So yeah, this is the master bedroom. I know it doesn't look like a master bedroom because it's pretty small, but we did not have much room in the house. I think this house is 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms possibly, I think, or maybe 1.5. I can't really remember, to be honest. But when I started doing this, we had the new update, patch update for shrinking down objects. So I think this is the first build where you guys actually see me shrinking down objects and stuff. And I've always thought that dressers for beds in The Sims were always too big, and they're like so clunky. Some of them are really tall compared to the height of the bed, and I've never been much of a fan of them because they're always like super clunky. So one of the first things I did was like shrink it down, but then I discovered that if you go to put a lamp on top of a shrunken down dresser, it'll still sort of register that the dresser is at its normal size and will look like it's floating. So you do have to do a little playing around with that and using the move objects cheat and stuff like that just to get it to sit on the dresser, which is kind of annoying, but you know, I suppose it's to be expected. I mean, it is a cheat after all, and cheats are never supposed to be amazing or proper. I don't know, does that make sense? I don't know. One thing that was bugging me with the upstairs level though is because these rooms were sort of like in the roof, it would not allow me to paint certain sections of the wall a different color, hence why it's got the exact same cladding from outside on the walls inside. But I tried my best to sort of incorporate that into the room and make it look like it's supposed to be there, or perhaps, you know, in reality there's no way to avoid it. So I mean, actually that's not true. I'm sure in reality there is definitely a way to avoid having the cladding, but yeah, The Sims ain't reality, so you know, not everything's possible. A lot is possible, but not everything, so I was a bit disappointed about that, but you know, I think I made it work. I think it works, so I hope you guys do as well. I don't know, I don't really know, but anyway, so this is a little toddler room. When these kids age up, this can be converted to a double room for children, and then perhaps when they age up again, they're just going to have to be teenagers that share a bedroom. Unless, of course, the sibling downstairs in the fancy pink room grows up and decides to move out, then one of these kids can take her old room, and poor kid, whoever does, that's quite a small room, and then this room upstairs is really big. The difference is, though, the small room has a lot of natural light because it's got a giant window. At least I think it does. And this one doesn't, because it's got like 2 miniature windows. So personally, if it was me, I would choose the littler room just for the light, because I prefer the light, I think. So yeah, this is just our little kid's room. I think I already said that, but I don't know. I think I struggle with toddler bedrooms, to be honest. I just feel like when you use a toddler bed, the bed is too small. I mean, I know it's supposed to be small because they're toddlers, but it just looks out of proportion with the size of the walls and things. And then everything's miniature because they're kids. Everything's tiny and it makes the walls look super bare and stuff like that. But there's no real way to avoid it, I suppose. So yeah, I tried my best anyway. So on the landing outside the bedroom, just got a little seating area, created an owl couch, which kind of sort of works, kind of. Actually no, we change it. My bad, guys, I totally forgot we changed it and placed like a what do you call these things? Side table, that's what you call them. So yeah, anyway, I think I've run out of things to talk to, which isn't good because I've still got some more voiceovers to do. Actually, I think what I'm going to be doing while I'm over in Cook Islands is I'm going to do some vlogs. And I think I might have mentioned this in other videos, but I do want to do some vlogs. However, they are going to be like pretty old when I get back, if that's okay, if that makes sense. But I think that's okay because you guys kind of like already know the situation that I'm in where I can't upload and things like that, so I think that's kind of okay. Originally I thought, like, I have created a vlog in the past, but I never uploaded it because it just, I don't know, it was really hard to create. It was just super laggy in the editing software, so I never completed it. And I did want to complete it, but I just kind of felt like it was irrelevant because it had been so long. But I feel like this is going to be sort of different because you guys already know I'm away and you know that I can't upload, if that makes sense. And I have another message, which is my mum again telling me that we have a couple of dinner parties to attend to, so bring a cute summer dress. That's funny. Why is it funny? Because as a person who has a lot of dresses, I own tons and tons of dresses. I never wear them because I'm more comfortable in shorts and t-shirts, yet I own so many dresses. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, here are the screenshots. There are plenty of them to go around and see, so I will leave this voiceover here and I will go and start a new voiceover for another video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to come back and record for you guys in 2 months' time. This is probably going to be the first video that I will release while I'm gone next week. You guys will see this next week while I'm in Raro probably. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you all when I get back, but hopefully I will keep you guys company through my pre-recorded videos. Anyway, thank you again for the 3rd time for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye!